Imagine walking into a sunlit kindergarten classroom in Jiaxing, China, on the morning of October 28, 2018, where 28-year-old teacher Min Min is already humming the same lullaby she sings every breakfast, her pastel apron spotless, her smile practiced in the mirror 1,000 times. But today, her right hand slips inside her pocket and pulls out a small glass vial labeled only with a faded skull sticker. 15 milliliters of nitrofen pesticide powerful enough to strip paint from metal. And without breaking her tune, she tilts the vial over the first stainless steel pot of steaming rice porridge, watching the clear liquid spiral in like cream, then moves to the second pot, the third, the fourth. 200 bowls in total, each receiving an identical invisible kiss of death, while the toddlers outside chase each other in. Circles their laughter muffled by the kitchen door she keeps locked from the inside. At 8:17 a.m., the children file in, plastic spoons clinking, cheeks rosy from play, and the first spoonfuls disappear between tiny teeth. The pesticide tasteless, odorless, already racing through bloodstreams toward hearts that have barely learned to beat on their own. By 8:21, the first boy, 3-year-old Zhao Long, freezes mid-laugh, spoon clattering, eyes rolling white as he topples face first into his bowl, foam bubbling pink from his nostrils. And within 90 seconds, 22 more collapse in perfect domino silence, some still smiling the frozen rictus of neurotoxin paralysis, limbs twitching like broken marionettes, while the 4 survivors convulse on the rainbow rug, their small bodies arching so violently that teachers later find fingernail marks gouged into the wood beneath. Security cameras inside the kitchen capture Min Min wiping the vial clean with the hem of her apron, recapping it, slipping it back into her pocket, then turning to the lens with the exact same gentle smile she used to greet parents every morning, mouthing the words "finally quiet" before the feed cuts to static. When police breach the room 90 minutes later, they find her sitting cross-legged among the bodies, arranging the fallen spoons into a perfect circle, still humming that lullaby. And when asked why, she answers in the softest voice, "They were too loud for too long." Her confession delivered with the same tone she once used to read picture books. Forensic teams recover the empty vial, trace the purchase to an agricultural supplier under her married name, and confirm the dosage was 400 times the lethal limit for an adult, let alone a child, averaging 12 kilograms. The 4 survivors remain in vegetative states, to this day fed through tubes, while their parents take shifts, reading the same lullaby in the vain hope a familiar note might spark a flicker behind unresponsive eyes. Min Min receives 23 consecutive life sentences without parole. Yet during her final court appearance, she requests only one thing: to keep the pastel apron, now sealed in evidence bag 47B, because, she says, it still smells like breakfast. And somewhere in the Jiaxing archives, the 8-minute raw CCTV loop still exists. The one that begins with a humming teacher and ends with 200 empty bowls arranged like gravestones. A loop the Chinese government has classified Level 4 restricted, meaning even the parents of the dead are not allowed to watch their children take that final spoonful. But tonight, if you dare, the file is only 3 clicks away on the mirror site labeled quiet-classroom-dot-onion, waiting behind a password that is simply the lullaby's first line. So ask yourself before you type it, can you still hear the clink of 200 plastic spoons? Or has the silence already started smiling back at you?